Creamy poop of a mystic unicorn. Soft served straight from a sphincter. But you know who sucks at pooping? You do.
The Escape Pod.
I'm Jezbot.
I'm Timmy Taco.
And I'm Danoz.
Welcome to Turnstile Records presents The
Escape Pod.
Yeah, it's been a while, a bit rusty.
Yep.
We were just saying, like, it just took 3 goes to get this happening.
Well, to start off,
Yeah.
yeah.
Couldn't speak words.
Well, I got a phone call right at the start, and then you fucked it up by saying this is the last episode ever. Welcome to the last episode ever, for some reason.
Yeah, well,
then we came in proper.
I was trying to come into it with a clever segue to discuss what we're going to be discussing tonight.
That
Sure.
you've been reading Nostradamus' predictions?
Yeah.
Ooh.
And they're all
They're all false.
nonsense.
End of the world.
Oh, right.
No,
yes.
it's not the end of the world, but it's the end of the name of this podcast.
End of an era.
Yeah. We're coming up to episode 200, so a big round of applause for that.
Hooray!
And we thought looking for Turnstile Records presents The Escape Pod on the internet is difficult. It's very wordy, and we wanted to...
It takes forever to say.
Yeah, so
Takes
we wanted
even longer to type.
and to explain it. So
Is
we're
that
going to
the
change it up.
explanation? Okay.
That's the explanation. We're going to come in with a new hot name, episode 200, which is coming up in like a couple of episodes.
Okay, so do we not say the name and then say it on the episode 200 or
It will come into your feed as a
new name?
Yeah, as a new name, and
I think you should.
You'll know.
You should reveal it because it gives all of our dear listeners 2 more episodes to
To get used to the idea.
or to pay out online on the idea
Oh, it's still time to change it, is it?
and make further suggestions.
Okay,
all right.
So I do.
All right. Yep.
That's one thing I detest in this studio. My line of business is when I complete something and then right at the last minute
Let's change it.
Yeah, could we just change that to a blip instead of a blop?
Well, I have done all the artwork and spent
Yep.
weeks researching it. And,
Yep.
it turns out this name hasn't been taken as a podcast name, which is very, very hard.
Unlike the Escape Pods, which had been taken 100 times.
A few different ways as well. So
Okay, so we put our heads together and we decided to title it "Jumping the Turnstile."
could you put some sort of sound effect over that? Wah, 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 wah.
How's that?
That's good.
And here's to the fresh new start. And
So yeah, jumping the turnstile,
Yeah.
and it's I guess it's fair evading. It's getting away with it for free.
sticking it
Yeah.
to the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeing what's on the other side
Join us on the other side of the turnstile.
and that kind of thing. But it
Yeah.
still relates to our turnstile umbrella.
But it's spelt differently. It's spelt correctly, Tim. Now,
Okay.
Turnstile,
All
not
right.
style with a Y.
That's TYLE.
Yeah.
Is that confusing for anyone looking for the record label?
Yeah, but you know what? Never the twain shall meet.
Okay.
Which they weren't supposed to be linked in any way anyway.
You didn't want to say Turnstile Records.
I didn't really. But in order to register the Escape Pods, they said, no, that's already taken. The Escape Pod? No, that's already taken. Turnstile Records presents the Escape Pods. You can have that.
Yeah, or
just
Escape
went,
Pod 114.
An easy find.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've gone and done it.
Yeah, so it'll be the same show. Hopefully, we're going to get some more guests rotating through. We're going to keep it fresh.
But not much changes.
Nah.
Just the name.
Yeah.
Maybe a song here or there. You know. New
You
soundboard, maybe.
New soundboard, new... yeah, 'cause
Mildly entertained.
that's the second time you've played that, so maybe we could,
Yeah, we'll do
Get
it
a
with another
few,
soundboard.
yeah.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
new intro maybe, Tim. Is that what we're thinking as well?
Maybe. Why not?
Try it out.
Try it out. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So if that changes in your feed, you know what's going on.
So
It's not
jumping the turnstile. Get excited. Tell all your friends. It's way easy to promote it as well. If someone's asking you, what podcast do you listen to? You say, oh, it's one called Jumping the Turnstile.
Yeah.
It's a Melbourne-based fair evasion podcast.
fair evasion based.
So that's enough of that. What have we got this week on the board there, Tim? You got some discussing disgustings? Are we going to try it out?
Oh, we've got a couple of things, but
Yeah.
you know, just our regular everyday conversational pieces that we.
Oh, it's
go on
been
with.
so long. We should sort of catch up. Dan, you've been
It's not like
away.
We don't have
Yeah,
material.
I have been away.
Where have you been?
I've been to Chickadee China, the Chinese chicken.
So, is that number 4, I want to say?
Oh, is that what off the menu? What's that? That's the pork rinds.
No, the 4th time I was hinting.
Number 4.
All right. Yeah, fair. You can go down that road if you want, Tim.
Well, he kind of did. He halfway there.
Yes, I did. Yeah, I've been there. I've been there now many times. As all our dear listeners would know, I now identify as half Chinese. So, yeah, I was just returning to the fatherland.
What's the motherland then?
Well, that'd be
Patriarchal,
here,
isn't it?
Okay.
Yeah, motherland.
Yeah. How do you define that?
I don't know.
Okay. Was hoping you did.
Yeah, okay, I could wing it.
Yeah.
I think it's. I think when you go to a
something to do with the,
communist country, it's sort
what
of
is it, the emperor versus the queen?
I
versus...
think it's. I think you call it fatherland if it has a prominent peninsula.
Ah,
all right.
okay.
Okay.
A member, if you will.
Okay, yeah.
So is it the excitement? Is it sort of rinsing off a little bit? The 4th time anywhere?
Oh
can be a
no,
bit-
going away is great. Spending 11 hours on a long haul flight with a full
contingent.
full contingent flying direct into China it's tough, but you battle your way through it. Most of the time, passengers respect your personal space, except for this time.
Except for elbows.
Oh, let me just run this by you for a little etiquette series I like to call
Planicket?
Travel Kit.
Sure.
It's about 2 a.m. We'd boarded a flight at 1 a.m. You know, settling in for the night. Lights had gone off. Everyone was reclining their seats and getting into nod off mode. I had my little Evie sort of laying sort of across one seat with her legs sort of hanging over me. So, you know, I was uncomfortable. And there wasn't going to be much sleeping because, you know, if she's uncomfortable, she's going
And
to
you're
wriggle.
sitting upright. When
wriggle
do we
the
ever
whole
sit
time.
upright?
Yeah, exactly right. So just closing my eyes, enjoying the zen of the hum of the, you know, that plane sound.
Yep.
And, you know, must have nodded off or something like that when all of a sudden I get this aggressive, like, tap on the shoulder. Tap, 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 tap. And this girl, this, you know, middle-aged woman starts going blah, 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 at me.
Was that your
Trying
impersonation of
no, I'm not gonna try and
do accents?
do accents this time. But she was like trying to get me to put my seat upright so that maybe her son could climb over her to get to the fucking toilet.
Okay.
But this is an overnight flight. Lights have gone down.
It's
I'm
sleep
obviously looking like I'm asleep, and you're fucking leaning over my chair and tapping me on the shoulder and fucking yelling in my ear.
Wow.
So-
He's still angry.
So my response to her was, "Shut up!" And she obviously didn't understand, and she kept going. And then I turned around and went, "Shh." And
That's the universal language, isn't it?
and
Lucky I gave you that spit mic as well.
yeah, thanks for that.
No worries.
No, thank you.
Yeah.
And that was the last I heard of her. But I was going to murder
Sure,
her.
she
Yeah.
harder.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
that's tough going. The
Yeah.
plane etiquette on that one is don't encroach on other people's
Yeah,
space.
you've got literally 30 square centimetres of personal space. Do not invade it.
Oh, you're
Yeah.
taking a risk tapping any man on the shoulder
Yeah.
that aggressively.
Yeah.
And I was-
Especially
you
at
know,
nap time.
on the plane, I can see over every seat, and you know, you can see the occasional top of a skull, but my full head is above the top of the seat, and I felt really.
You felt like Andre the Giant.
Well, I just felt. Look, I'm in a tight spot here. I'm uncomfortable. I'm big. My legs are pushing up against the front seat because I just cannot put them anywhere else.
Yeah.
And
It is torture.
yeah, you're rubbing me up the wrong way.
Yeah.
And to make matters even worse, they didn't offer scotch as an option on the flight. So, you know, there's only so many beers you want to have on a long haul flight. You want to hit the the spirits.
Have you
and
got the
cocktails
aisle?
pretty
hard.
Yeah.
pretty hard.
But you don't want to be going to the loo every 5
Well,
seconds.
this is why
so.
you're drinking scotch.
I
Neat.
see.
Neat scotch.
But there was none of that. So,
So why none of that? just not
because
an
I was
option.
on an Asian airline, and Chinese people are just not big alcohol consumers.
Okay.
They look at you a bit oddly if you ask for a second glass of wine with your meal, and
And a third.
and a third, and I would venture to say even a fourth. And then I start ordering 2 at a time and pretending that my mum wants one.
And then she gets 3. Yeah. So you say
Oh,
your
so your
mum.
mum. Yeah.
Yeah. This was the first, the inaugural, and probably, well, I'd say probably the last
Finale.
trip to China for my parents, which was quite the experience.
They didn't like it, or?
No, they loved it. It was a very eye-opening experience, as any traveller to China would find. We got the grand opportunity to relive all of the tourist attractions that I've done multiple times before,
Okay.
which was awesome.
Yeah, thrilling.
And
What is a tourist
tourist
attraction?
attraction, yeah.
There's the Imperial Palace.
Oh, yeah, of course.
There's Tiananmen Square.
Oh,
There's the Great Wall.
Yeah.
There's a place called the Summer Palace.
Lovely gardens.
There's
Very summary.
there's the mausoleum of Chairman Mao, where you can go and see him lying there in stasis.
Okay.
That's a bit
He's
odd.
his corpse.
Yeah. But they've covered him in this oily secretion of some description, and
Embalming fluid.
it makes him look quite strange.
Waxy.
But he may look strange.
How
but
long has he been dead for?
the reactions? Well,
So he looks strange, does he? After
he's-
20 years of, 30 years of being dead.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been dead for a while.
So it's a fair slog to keep a
But they
body
do,
looking.
they love keeping those corpses, don't they?
No, but the strangest part is the reaction of the Chinese people who, get bust into Tiananmen Square to go to this mausoleum, and he's revered like a god, and it's quite odd because he was
dead.
responsible for the death of about 60 million of them, but.
Nah.
But they like him. I like
yeah.
the guy.
Yeah,
Few little mistakes here along the way, but
yeah, starving.
Now, you are going back to China, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, so just, don't go too deep.
No. I'm pointing out the
how many,
bleeding
how
obvious.
many more have you done the calculation in your head on average? How many more times you're going to need to go there?
Every 2 years for the remainder of my life is many.
Yeah, that is a lot.
Yeah.
Every 2 years.
Yeah. Well, Tien's got family there.
Sure.
She's got friends there.
That all checks
We
out.
want our girls to be properly bilingual.
Oh, yeah.
Uh,
So you were saying that your daughters were translators,
They were.
English to Chinese to English.
Absolutely incredible. She can now walk up to a man in a restaurant and say, "My daddy would like a bowl of spicy noodles, please."
And 16 beers, but most of them's
Yeah.
for his mum.
Yeah, that's right. So don't look at me funny.
Yeah. And don't come over the table and look at me because
Well,
I might be holding them all.
Yeah.
That must be a bit of a proud moment seeing it.
Very, very.
Because what can you say so far?
I can say beer, Joe.
Yeah.
I can say.
Oh, because it's got beer in it.
Yeah.
You just got to remember that jaw bit.
Yeah.
Beer Joe.
Yeah. I can say hello.
Well,
Ni
you're
hao.
pretty much Chinese then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last
That's what they
year
ever say to me.
means push poo.
Well, we're going to do
Shush,
disgusting later, so...
Xiaoji means little chicken. So I can say.
To add that to
I
the
can say-
spicy noodles.
Yeah, la mian is spicy noodles. So yeah, I'm pretty much fluent.
Yep. Sounds good.
Yeah, it does,
Sounds
actually.
good.
We have a
Alright.
tour guide, my wife and I, if we come over.
Sure.
Well, he's quick on that one.
Mm.
So he's going back to China.
Yep.
Looks like you're going now.
Well, then he's got a drinking partner.
Yeah.
Right.
Or partners, I
Yeah.
should say.
Partners.
Yep. Really good if you like mid-strength beer.
Jezbot's favourite.
Yeah, apparently.
Well,
Drinking-
you're drinking them
drinking
right,
right
now.
now.
Yeah.
Strength.
Yeah, a bit
Is
of a...
that kind of darker than a regular beer?
No, it's just next to a dark background.
No. It's a slightly more dehydrated Mexican has pissed in that bottle.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I should say it's a Corona.
Yes.
Corona mids. Try it out.
Mids.
Mid strengths, yep. So I can drive.
All right, fair enough. Why don't you just have less beers?
That's a good idea.
Tim,
Sorry.
fucking had to ruin it, didn't you?
Well, we did a Halloween party on the weekend.
Oh, yes.
And how was that?
It's good. It's corker.
What's a corker?
We do it every year, and we don't host it. I usually DJ it, and you guys usually come to it.
We're your hype men.
I guess
We usually stand next to the turntables there, and I give Tim sage advice of what to play next and what he's doing wrong.
in the form of boos and hisses. Boo, hiss.
And what's he
It's-
requesting now that he
No,
can't
he calls
request
that
MJ?
encouragement. No, it's more like when you chuck on a song and you're like going, your eyes are closed, and you go, yeah, your head nodding, then you look up and Jeremy's going, turn this shit off. Just in a squinting eye kind of motion. you
Yeah.
know?
Well, look, if
I look and say it has 1,000 words.
if Cass and I are the main, and Vanessa, I should
Stayers.
say, are the mainstays, and if I'm not feeling it, there's no one else around, I'm getting the DJ to change it. I've got an in with the DJ. No, but it was full encouragement. This week. It was a great set. Hadn't heard what a lot of these mixes were blowing my face off. I didn't realize you could get Van Halen and B-52s together.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah.
It's high praise,
You
Timmy
can.
Tucker.
It is high praise.
Good
But
one.
my wife Vanessa, as you know her,
Is that like a Girl Talks mix?
I don't know. I guess, yeah. So, similar.
Stop stroking
but
my...
she had
I want the hairy bits not going into my nostrils while I'm
sure.
trying to talk to you.
of your wind protector on your microphone.
Anyway,
Very
sorry
hairy.
to interrupt.
Vanessa ended up with sore legs after that. from
Yes,
dancing.
our calf muscles were quite...
Weren't you guys
quite
just
sore.
shuffling on the spot like a bunch of old ladies? waiting to be served at Coles New World?
Please, you're Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
No, yeah, it puts a lot. It goes a lot into it, and there's always circle work at these
I did
Halloween gigs.
so
Where
I
you're
did have to
encouraging
cut-
everyone else to cut loose, and you've got your
Look, my circle work days are over.
you've got the stepping,
Is
you've
it-
got
are
the step back move.
I don't
Oh, where you
start
jump in the middle and then you just walk out.
Yeah.
pretty much. Yeah.
The step back move. But I did have to a couple of times. I was playing Michael Jackson, and it's still a floor filler. People still like the MJ, but I did make a point to turn the music off throughout the song to remind everybody you're dancing to a pedophile. You all realise that, right?
Okay.
It's not allegedly. It's
Okay.
pretty much out there now.
Isn't it allegedly?
I don't know.
Just say allegedly.
okay, allegedly.
Nah.
Does it really help the show though?
I don't know.
No, and don't be cutting the guy any slack just because he's no longer with us. And
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
I mean,
true that. True,
yeah, we
true.
don't really need respect for his
Yep.
family, do we?
Yep.
No,
Yep.
just need respect from his lawyers,
Ah, yeah.
who are still going, I'm sure.
I'm sure they're still fighting that fight.
Yeah.
But we had a good one, and I was just thinking that it's Halloween's leaking into our society again. It's not traditionally one of our things in Australia.
One of our holidays, yeah. No.
You know, the kids want to go to particular areas to go ask for lollies and stuff like that. And I'm still from the school of thought, like, you can't just go knocking on dudes' doors asking for lollies.
No, you
And
can't.
by particular areas, do they mean Toorak?
No, I think they mean like in this area, Glen Waverley. So a couple
Yeah.
of kids from the area have found a street, and they're like, "We're gonna go and blah blah blah, dress up and go down there." I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Well, a couple of parenting questions, like
Sure.
a couple of tips that you can. Well, if there was a lot of houses doing trick or treating, just say this court was
Yep.
doing trick or treating, would you let the kids trick or treat? Let's just
Sure.
say, how much candy / lollies would you let them
Consume in the one
consume?
night,
Yeah, or like
next to none.
a
Yeah.
bag of $2 mixed lollies.
No,
yeah,
see, it'd be like it's like Easter, where they all get 40,000 chocolate
It's a
eggs,
lot
and they
of
go in the
eggs.
cupboard, and they get drip fed the little tiny ones, and Vanessa and I eat the rest.
Yeah. We have the same philosophy in our household.
So is it
Still
just
good feed. It's about that initial grab.
Yeah, it's the excitement of finding the eggs and going, wow, look how many eggs we've got. And then it's like, zoom.
And then it's like, you can't have them.
so? Why don't we just go up to the shops, give them $5, and go right? You can buy $5 worth of candy.
No,
because then they'll
'Cause you've
eat
got
the
a year's
candy.
and you've got a year's supply for mum and dad.
Yeah,
It's true.
It works out. So I think if it was going on in our street, yep, have at it. That'd be great.
What about knocking on Trevor's door?
This is the thing. So I wanted to know, where do we find the sex register, sex offender register? Is that a public domain?
I think it is,
Thing?
isn't it?
Like,
Must
so
be.
let's just say the kids are going to go out, and I just want to go. Might just check up Smith Street and see what's going on there.
Yeah.
You know, before my kids start randomly making themselves vulnerable targets. You know.
I'll tell you one thing about Halloween though that I do appreciate. It's all the sexy Halloween costumes. It's because it's turned from blood and guts and being creative about it. Like I'm going to go as dead Kennedys.
Now I'm gonna go
I don't know. Right? Sexy dead Kennedys. Sexy zombies. Sexy
clowns. Sexy space clowns.
Yeah.
Which was a theme to one of our brother's friends' parties, like a rave party.
Yep.
Sexy space clowns.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And did it turn into one big giant orgy?
A sexy clown orgy.
He never actually tells us what goes on.
No, and I actually never ask.
Okay.
I don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't.
Because I went to one of those parties once, and there was a man wearing a butcher's apron, and he walked past,
else.
and that was it. And he was a horrific-looking man.
Yeah, and no fire escapes in
No
these
back.
buildings.
No, he had a fire escape. Had no
I
back
did.
to his thing. I could see his fire escape. Oh wow! Nowhere to run to, nowhere to hide. So, I guess that was a theme, but it hasn't affected the shops as much as Easter has. So Easter, you get a couple of months lead up. It's like, oh, here come the Easter eggs.
It's pretty full
Christmas
on.
is just over. But Halloween sort of pops up.
Comes and goes.
Comes and goes. But very expensive for decorations. Like, are we supposed to be... Do they decorate in America? Is that a thing?
Yeah,
I don't know. I think it's a thing.
I think it's a thing.
And I think they
Pretty
bulk
sure.
buy actual real pumpkins, and that's all part of the festival.
Because
Cut
I
up a
think
pumpkin.
each kid should get a scoop of pumpkin head.
I'm all for a jack-o'-lantern. You carve up a pumpkin.
Yep.
Use the insides for a soup. I'm down with it.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
It's all
the
good.
kids come around, they get their basket. Each house gives them a scoop of the pumpkin. Everybody eats pumpkin soup. You see what I'm saying? It's like-
Okay.
That,
I like
that.
that.
I could get on board with.
You do like pumpkin soup.
15 different types of pumpkin in one street.
You got
That's
your-
a good soup.
You got your butternut. You've got your... I think that's the only pumpkin I know.
Is it? Okay, no, you said jackal.
Jack-o'-lantern.
What's that one? That's a big orange.
Uh,
No?
Sorry, it's not my area of
Not your area of-
speciality.
I
Yeah,
do.
okay.
I do know that the pumpkin growing competition is stiff, and it's a big. It's a big thing out there.
Yeah, it sure is.
I think we've discussed it on the podcast before.
Okay.
Tasmanian Pumpkin Growing Festival.
Oh,
I think 375 kilos or something massive.
That's
You could do that.
that's a
little-
lot of pumpkin facts he's
That's
spitting
a
out right there for someone that doesn't know much about
I've
it.
already figured out a way to cheat.
You read the internet?
You inject the bastard with lead.
okay.
Oh, heaviest.
Heaviest pumpkin.
Okay.
Just a couple of ounces of,
Yeah, yeah.
Why
But
not?
a couple of ounces isn't going to cut the mustard because you're talking 375 kilos.
Well, you already grow a big one.
Okay.
You don't want to. You don't want to have a Doctor Who pumpkin where it's really small on the outside, but it weighs a ton. I mean, they're going to get onto you. They get onto the scam.
You just don't pick it? Is that how you roll with those big ones, or is that a specific breed?
I think it's a specific kind.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then they year after year you get the seeds from the biggest pumpkin, and you grow that, and then you grow that, and it's
Okay,
seed
so-
husbandry. But you got to have it under a tent. You got to have it off the ground. You know, there's
You've got to play
is it-
Beethoven in the morning and Mozart in the evening.
Okay, yeah, gotcha.
and then I don't think you can eat them. They're not like.
Oh, they're not good eating.
They're not delish.
Well, as with all things, once they get too big, they become a little unpleasant. You ever tried growing a zucchini past where it's supposed to be picked?
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah,
It's not worth it.
No.
I guess the big size Toblerones do not compare to the little size Toblerones.
Well,
either,
I think
so-
that could be one of those anomalies where bigger is in fact better.
Okay.
You get through one of those wedges, though, you're going to be crook.
Yeah, I think they're called peaks. I think we worked out.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, they're the Alps
Mm.
or something along those lines. That's what they signify.
Oh, yeah. Wherever they make chocolate over there.
But that's a good one for the old Halloween.
Oh, Halloween. Sorry.
Basket.
A giant Toblerone.
Yeah.
But you'd be broke pretty soon. You give one of them to
Well,
three.
no, not a giant
three
Toblerone,
kids
just a
and-
Toblerone peak. Could you?
Unwrapped.
A piece.
Oh,
no,
yeah, no?
you're breaching. You're
You're
breaching
not allowed to hand out.
health and safety
Okay.
protocols.
Well, can't I go get $2 worth of like
Mixed
mixed
lollies.
party lollies and give them out, or is that there's no touchies?
No touchies. It's got to be wrapped up.
Yeah.
You need wrapped up candies. You need your barley sugars. You need your some other wrapped up one. You know what?
They're all shit.
Don't worry about it.
Freddo frogs.
Minties.
Chubba chomps.
Forget about
Chubba
minties.
chomps.
Forget about
Are they chubba chomps or are they
fantails.
chubba chups?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I
did-
I guess we don't know.
I did
much,
get
but-
given a big bag of lollies though from the host of the Halloween party.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I saw her
you
doing
did.
up I doing up a bag of chips for someone. I said, "Oh, what's the go?
Give some of that.
Got any lollies around?" She goes, "Yeah." I was like, "Yeah, got a little lolly bag." It's for like 5 kilos of lollies in that thing.
Yeah, it was
Okay,
it was for 10 families.
Yeah.
What I did notice was it was a whole lot of Holy Dollies or Skittles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, too many
What's
Skittles. Too many.
Okay.
I'm pro Skittle.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I could sit back and just scoff Skittles until, I started shitting
Shitting.
rainbows.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of shitting, did you want to do it? You text messaged me from China with this update of the Phantom Pua.
Oh, you've got an update, have you?
No, because you've caught me unawares.
that's all right, I'll
In
just-
recent poo jogging news,
We're back with the poo jogger.
it has just been released after another recent episode where a mate of that society person, Roxy,
Oh, the high society pooer.
Roxy, what's her name? Roxy Jasenko,
Sure.
PR mogul. Have you heard of her?
No.
She's well
Someone
known.
has.
But anyway,
Yeah, someone's heard of her.
so for all those with sensitive stomachs, a warning. Extremely highbrow investigative journalism ahead.
So this is a disgusting.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a segment, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
So earlier this week, which was actually last week, Roxy Jasenko exposed what was the latest incident in a dark and troubling epidemic. Poo joggers.
Yes.
They are our friends, neighbours, CEOs. They live among us. People who drop poops on the go are becoming increasingly common in Australia and internationally. So why are they, and what, and who? So who are they, and what are their
And
stories?
why are they pooing here? What are you pooing here?
This is the poo jogging a complete. This is poo jogging a complete history. I
Okay.
can't read anymore.
Do you need your papers? Yeah, checked.
Roxy Jasenko took to Instagram on Monday night to publicly expose the Paddington Pooer, a young woman who has repeatedly stopped mid-jog in front of Roxy's office to poo on the ground.
It's so brazen.
In
I still
broad
can't
daylight.
quite get over it.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
But people are obviously getting off on it because
Because it's one of those things. It's like I hate urinating on the urinal
Yes.
with someone standing next to me. I hate it. I ain't about to. I can't let one slip.
Drop trowel and have a deuce.
And there are some less than courteous communal weirs who just they're not aiming at the right angle to minimise splashback,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
and that really gets my goat.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, there's definitely a spot for it. In a park, behind a tree,
In your mouth.
In my mouth, yeah. In the shower.
Yeah, in private.
On my feet.
Yeah, on your own.
Please continue, Dad.
Please.
Oddly enough, it does seem premeditated. The video reveals the woman had brought toilet paper with her to clean herself up.
Oh, so she knows
While
what's going on.
While she leaves the excrement on the ground, it does appear that she took the toilet paper with her. Because, hey, it's called tact.
She's very courteous.
Some have called it a PR stunt. Others have called it thrill-seeking behaviour.
Okay.
Most of us
can we just
call it yuck.
Can we just investigate that for a while? Because
Should we call it a poo done it?
Who done it? I like that.
Brilliant.
But for the cause of it being a
Are you calling this?
advertisement.
Are you calling this fake news?
I just want to know what their angle is. Say it's a marketing ploy, right? So they let it roll for years and years and years. They let the epidemic become a thing in society, and then they use it to advertise their.
Oh, I can't wait to hear about
Is
the
it
next
like-
pooing story.
Is
You
it
know,
like for a
exactly.
new type of pooper scooper or something that's
Security cameras.
security cameras?
Yeah, there
you
you
think
go.
it's to step up the game.
Yeah, possibly.
Okay.
Uh,
Jogging shoes,
yeah, jogging, because it's always the jogger,
poo
isn't it?
shoes,
Well, you can poo in the shoe.
shoes for use and number twos while you cruise on your daily jog. We're gonna work out.
We can
the
workshop
bit.
that, yeah. It's a bit of editing.
If it's got all rhyme though. We know that much.
Yeah.
So to take us back, the story first gained national attention after a group of neighbours discovered that someone had been relieving themselves in the same spot in an apartment block alleyway, often several times a week.
It's the same spot deal. That's a trademark. Do you know what I mean? That's like a calling card. Like
It is a
you
calling
want
card.
the cops to come and get you. Come and get me, coppers.
I'm thinking outside the square. Maybe it's a one bathroom apartment, and he gets up later than she does, or vice versa.
He's
and
still living with his girlfriend.
and he can't
he doesn't wanna
shit in
see her.
front. He can't shit in front of her.
He doesn't want to see her, so he's holding it. He's like, I've got to go for my jog.
The whole thing is we've covered this particular story previously. It actually turns out that this was a high profile CEO.
Oh, that was the CEO guy.
And he got fined $378.
Oh, well, fuck. Is that enough? Is it enough?
This definitely not enough.
It's like
You got to make an example
it's
of
like
him, Tim.
no, yeah, but it's like one of those things when you go, oh, now we're going to make up a fucking fine for this one.
Yep.
What's that worth?
Yeah.
And you also need to come up with a different name for him. So across the US, they've had to come up with Mad Pooper of Colorado Springs,
Yep.
or the copycat crime, the Shit Bandit of Arkansas.
It should have been the
Copy
copy
crap.
scat.
No, copy crap. What else you got?
Well, we need to ask the question why.
We do.
So
Dan, why?
thanks for that. Well, GP Sam Hay explains that running often activates the need to poo.
Uh-huh.
Running
Yeah,
running
no, it is.
stimulates the colon
Yes.
to
Okay.
contract and move things on a bit better.
I said we talked about this last time. So if you're doing a 2K run, just run around the block first, get everything working, straight back into your house.
Okay, so you do two blocks, 2 for a poo, and then 2K for you.
Have you guys seen that? Have you guys seen that?
We need to get you into journalism school because you could be writing better
Just
articles.
everything
than this.
in journalism have to rhyme. 'Cause Then I'll be okay.
Man, I'm reading your articles. I'm telling you.
Okay, yeah, okay.
They're punny, they're runny, and
Almost funny.
Speaking
done
of
it again.
running, have you seen those inspirational motivation posters of the marathon runner who completely shat his pants and kept running?
This is a common occurrence. They do this.
Well, you know,
They do that. They do it.
You're 35 k's into a 42k race, and you
That's it. You just
you're
shit
just
yourself.
busting a nut, and he did this explosive like liquid shit, and you just see his face go, and he keeps running.
It keeps running. He runs.
Yeah.
He runs it out.
He runs it out and off.
What about these ultimate these ultimate marathoning dudes? Like there was that comedian. He's a British dude, and he's a cross dresser.
Yeah.
Not transvestite or fuck.
No,
Am I saying the right words? I don't know where to. But he did like I don't know 30 marathons in 30 days.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
so
amazing.
two ones.
It's amazing that you
They
actually
put on
mentioned ultimate marathoning because I reckon only a couple of days ago I had a conversation about. You remember that old farmer who used to run the ultra marathons and he used to practice in his gumboots?
Yeah, they had a little shuffle.
Yep.
What was it Clive something?
Or Jimmy.
Johnny.
Clive.
Oh, I can't remember now. But amazing that you brought up ultra marathons at that particular time.
Okay.
So the gumboot man, like he had that Forrest Gumpy about
He had
him.
a kind of shimmy. He didn't quite
Shuffle.
run. It was a shuffle. Yeah. But quite effective.
And his gummies.
Yep. And gummies to catch the runnies.
Can I just conclude by putting it out there that I would like to never cover another poo story ever again.
That's a shame. That's not looking forward to the next 200, Danoz.
I know.
I don't know if you're going to be able to do it because it's society. It's not you.
I'll tell you what. I'll cover the next story as long as one of the random poo joggers is one of you two.
Sure.
Okay, I'll do it.
All right. So
The people want what they want, Dan. And I've heard from our loyal listeners that they expect
they need relief.
They expect the update from Daniel.
Yeah, it's kind of a Dan thing.
Yeah, I know, but I don't. There are things that you want to be associated with, and there are things that you can
Yeah,
pass
it's
on.
okay. So like, he's the poo guy, and Tim's the rhyme guy, and Jezbot's
Jez is the cunt.
Jezbot's the mid-strength guy. Yeah, you only come in half
Half the
But
funny.
you're drinking them twice as fast. Does that count as a full now?
That's like I've had like one
Do you
beer
want
now.
Oh,
one?
Sure.
Sure. Talk amongst yourselves. I'm just going to go get a beer for
Okay.
Danoz.
All right,
Good
go on.
work.
We'll wait till
Thanks
he's
for that.
We'll wait till he's gone, Dan.
It's sweaty in here, isn't it?
It's a bit warm.
Yeah? You're not.
Oh,
feeling
let's
the,
do.
Not feeling the heat.
Oh, now he's fucking gone. All right, this gun. Let's do small talk with Dan and Jez.
Let's.
Jeez, it's warm today.
It sure is.
It was,
And I'll tell you what. With the warmth comes Tit Monday.
Yeah, they're out. They're out and about.
It's been a long, hard, cold, and bitter winter, but Tit Monday is back.
What Monday?
Tit Monday.
Tit Monday.
We're doing small talk.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We-
cool.
weather.
Oh, we're doing weather.
Yeah.
Okay, because I am on the schoolyard, and that's the weather seems to be the first go-to in the small talk on the schoolyard.
Yeah. It's
Right.
because
This
it's
is-
not footy season.
Yeah,
Mm.
I don't have much to say for any of these things though.
What was the small talk in China with the grandparents,
how'd
grandparents to
how do you small
grandparents?
talk with,
Don't have
Chinese
to worry
women?
about small talk. I can't speak Chinese.
Okay.
I just sit in
You
the
half
corner
can.
drinking. Yeah, well, yeah. I'm
Okay,
almost
but
fluent.
your parents and her parents were at
You
the
could
same.
say soup.
Yeah, it just meant
Little
that Chen was working full time.
She was going double time.
Yeah, and they've also got very, very cool pocket translators these days where it's seriously Star Trek.
Okay.
Right.
It's not connected
So
to the phone.
you got one of those, have you?
No, but Jen's sister does, and it's quite good.
Could they do a tight five on like random pooers? Like, would it translate rapidly? Like, does it lose something in the translation?
There's
Yeah,
a
okay.
lot of
I was thinking it loses a lot.
cross-cultural subject matter that just
Doesn't land.
would not land.
So if they listened to this podcast, they got a transcript and translated it, they probably would look at you a little bit differently, yeah?
Yeah. Like, what is funny about someone taking a shit on a road? That's not funny.
Yeah,
but
we find
actually,
ourselves asking the same question.
actually, just on that subject, I was at the Imperial
Oh,
Palace.
he's already done it. He's doing it again.
One of
thought you said to
China's
bring a drink.
premier tourist attractions.
Mm-hmm.
Just walking along, minding my own business.
Took a shit.
No, this woman was holding her son
Mm-hmm.
by the legs
Yep.
with his pants off, and he took a dump on a plastic bag
On a plastic
in
bag.
in the middle of this square with literally thousands of people around him.
Okay. Are you sure it wasn't? He wasn't busking.
He was.
Middle of a square.
And was
thousands
this
of
little
people watching.
was this little square Tiananmen Square?
It was. Well, it's right. The Imperial
It's a
Palace
small square.
comes off Tiananmen Square.
Right.
Yeah.
He had a square to spare.
He had a square to spare.
Wow.
It's a big square.
So within the actual episode that you vowed never to talk about it again, you brought up a fresh.
I've covered it again.
public
Ah,
story. You've done
I
it.
am always going to
He's
be
done
known as the poo dude.
He's done it again.
Shit.
Yes.
Literally.
Far out. There you go. Well, I've been on holidays as well.
Have
Oh,
you?
have you?
Went
great.
to sunny Rosebud.
Okay.
Sunny down the road.
Yep,
It's
beautiful part of the world.
it's barely a holiday destination.
Yeah, well,
anymore.
and
Used to be.
you've passed Frankston. I think anywhere past Frankston, and you're officially in the country. aren't
Yeah.
you?
Well, it's
Country surrounded by sand and
Yeah,
water.
yeah.
Kind of beachy. So beach.
I always picture Frankston as like the tipping point between Metro and you're on holiday. So
Okay.
Okay.
as long
yeah.
as you've driven through Frankston and out the other side, I reckon you're at a
survived.
holiday location.
Okay.
You've
fair enough.
survived. Yeah. Okay.
Well, Cass had a annual leave, so we wanted to go somewhere close, and we also
So
had
you went really close.
Well, we had some vouchers for the springs, for the
Yeah.
Rosebud Springs again.
There's a spring down there, is there?
That's where
that-
we went.
Is that Rosebud?
Yeah.
Peninsula Hot Springs.
Oh,
There you
okay.
go.
I just thought that was just. Now that I think about it, yes,
It's definitely Rosebud.
it's exactly that. Yeah.
Yeah, so we went back, and
Back again.
What, you've
Yeah.
been there before?
Is that,
a couple of months ago, July, we went, actually.
Okay.
was it when we were there in July for
Oh, you've done it
Mum's
as well.
birthday? Yeah, I've done it twice now.
I think I'm neglecting my wife.
No,
do I need to do this?
No.
We'll get to it.
Okay.
We'll get to my critique. Second time around, yeah, look, had a really good day.
Okay.
Perfect weather for it. It wasn't too hot, not too cold, just right. But the thing was, it was a Monday, and it was packed.
Yeah, see,
It wasn't even school holidays or
Yeah.
nothing, just packed.
Okay.
Which is fine, but I think they need
It's
to.
not fine. You're
It's not.
looking for
It's worrying.
intimacy and relaxation.
Yeah, and
You are.
privacy and
Privacy.
You are.
And not shared spunkadunks.
No, not shared spunk dunk.
The jizz koozie is the worst. No, but if you want privacy, you have to pay for the
Okay.
privacy.
Yeah.
This is the thing, and look, this is the thing. It's people need to be more bloody respectful. I'm going to call this segment
Cover it up.
Spa etiquette. Spa etiquette.
Okay.
The kids were behaved,
Oh, good.
apart from one group, but
Who took a dump in my spa.
Yeah.
but their parents, the kids that were playing up were being a bit loud. The parents were also very loud.
Oh, the parents were loud also.
Now this is the thing.
That's
Like,
an unfortunate
there's
situation.
hundreds of people there, and we're all trying to get our relax on. Let's keep it down to a minimum.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Because I'm talking about everyone in the spa, and they don't know I'm talking about them. I mean,
True.
apart from that, from the stank eye I'm giving them.
Can I just ask, did you say anything nice about anyone?
All day.
Did I say something nice about anyone?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
No.
highly unlikely.
So when you say I was talking about him, what you're actually saying is I was sitting back and criticising absolutely everyone.
While relaxing.
Well, no. Here's the two good people. One
You and Cass.
no, one of the mothers. The kids just ran past her just slightly, and sort of started to get a little bit hyperactive, and she
Nipped
cut that out like
she nipped
Caesar
it in the
Milan.
bud.
Yeah. And I went past her and I gave her a bit of a nod and went, "Good, yeah, that's a
Good call.
good work." So she was one of my heroes
Okay.
because I was already arced up by now. Couldn't get my relax on. I did. And the other chick that was saying, "I thought there was not supposed to be kids here after 11."
Oh, no, you don't say that.
To me. She said it to me.
She said it to you loud enough for Mum to hear.
Well, it was...
You know, like these non-baby people can just throw some comments haphazardly, right? So we're there with our kids, trying to pretend we're not there with our kids, right?
Yep.
And the kids come in and ruin it. Then the public that are there for who knows what reason, are talking to each other. It's like when you're in a queue and they're like, "Oh, these queues take forever, don't they?" And they try and rope other people in on it. I hate the rope-a-dope.
the passive-aggressive rope-a-dope.
Just a sidebar on that. There's been quite an aggressive response to a Michael Lunig cartoon.
Yeah.
You didn't catch that one in the news?
I don't know.
About the woman who he drew a cartoon where a woman was pushing a pram, looking at her phone, and hadn't realised that the baby had fallen out of the pram, and he had this thing about the baby saying, "If only my mum loved me as much as she loved my phone."
Well,
You haven't seen that?
No, I haven't, but I agree with it.
It created a shitstorm.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because
True.
that was my another point was the bloody phones, man.
What, in the liquid,
Yeah,
in the drink?
in the liquid. So the rule is, it says that only take photos of people you know, right?
Gotcha.
And chicks
So
that have got their boobs out.
Yeah, but
Yeah, that's okay. That's
it was the 16-year-old girls and the mothers in their 40s that were
hot
doing
topics.
duck face in the water.
Oh, they're duck facing.
They're duck facing themselves, Instagramming.
Well, this is an
posing.
Instagram location.
Oh, definitely. Everyone's got to know you're at the hot springs.
Although I didn't see you make a post of it, and I didn't make a post of it. I'm here with my darling.
No, because-
Show me your duck face. Oh, it's nice.
Yeah,
It's got a bit of blue steel about it.
it does, doesn't it?
The thing about dudes walking around with their cameras out at, say, swimming pools,
sleazy.
beaches,
Yeah.
It's
swimming
it's not that.
areas.
Yeah, it's a
It's
faux
kind of
pas.
high.
When I was a young dad with a young first child, I was at the swimming pool and grabbed my phone to take a picture of my baby.
Yeah.
And the lifeguard was red hot on me. But they seem to let the girls slide.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've noticed a
'Cause
double
that's-
standard.
Yeah,
yeah,
just 'cause,
promotion because they're
yeah.
getting promos. Hashtag
Yeah, because
Rosebud Spa.
Jeffrey Epstein didn't have any help from women.
No.
Anyway,
So duckface.
yeah, duckface, and it's out of control.
Yeah, it's infuriating.
And it's just like, just enjoy yourself for 5 minutes.
Well, do you
Put
know,
the fucking
I've
phones down.
taken to
I sound old.
I've taken to not taking photos at all of events, and I've said to Vanessa many times, if we can't remember it, it was shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, why bother?
There is not a single person on the planet that's ever going to go back and look at the recording of a live gig.
No.
ever.
There isn't. So
Ever. But why is
why-
every fucking cunt? sorry.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Actually, now that you say that, now that you say cunt, I thought of the perfect name for our Tuesday night basketball team.
Okay.
The cunts.
See you next Tuesdays.
Yeah, okay. It's Tuesday nights.
Go cunts.
I actually quite like it.
Yeah, it's pretty good, isn't it?
It's up there with Tripitakis and the Vargas veins.
Yeah, all great basketball names. But I think we do need to. I think maybe it might be slightly skewing towards people going fuck Facebook, fuck Instagram.
Okay, so
I know.
I feel like the hand washing public service announcement. We're going to need some public service announcements for the future. Like
Yeah, let's do it.
no jacuzzi floozies. Making
No,
duck faces.
but you say that, but you secretly hover over a hot chick in a jacuzzi photo on Instagram, don't you?
Do you?
Don't you?
I don't know.
I'm off.
If you look at my Instagram, it's more like
I'm not looking at yours because you don't have hot chicks in jacuzzis.
yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
and I'm off social medias.
Oh yeah.
Well, I just let I haven't logged in, so
You
I'm
let
just,
it slide.
I'm just not logging in.
That's a,
And you know
that's a
what?
good
I
move.
still got invited to the Halloween party.
Yep.
And
I forced you.
You
to,
forced me there, yes.
No, to get your costume together.
you did. You
I
went.
had to constantly remind him it was on.
And
so
you
that he was
did
ready.
buy my costume for me,
I went
which
and bought
was
his costume for him.
which
That's
was
how
nice.
I harassed him. I said, all you got to do is wear it. And I got him a safari shirt and some slacks to go with it, and maybe a fake moustache and a
bit of glasses
bit
there.
of glasses to go as a commentator. So Jeremy came as a person with a long sleeve shirt and a basketball singlet over the top. I said, "What are you?" He went, "I gave up."
Damn it.
I went, "What happened to the $35 shirt I bought you?"
Well, let me tell you.
I went to Savers.
Yeah,
Thanks,
very good.
thanks, Tim. You're
Just-
a good
just-
brother.
Just bringing it full circle back to relaxation. Have you guys ever experienced the wonder that is a professional crotchal region massage?
Oh, is it called a prostitute?
No, this was an above board full body massage with time taken to massage my crotchal
Your
region
groin.
Okay.
while my wife was like lying on the bed next to me.
Yeah, right. Where is it? Where is it?
Was she getting the rub and plug too?
She wasn't getting a rub and plug, but it was all just part of the service. I think she got a bit of crotchal work too, a little bit of a stretch out, and a little
A
bit
bit
of.
of a.
They tried to have at it at my wife in Thailand.
Oh,
yeah. So I had to shut that down.
Right. Is that 'cause with the guys? You'd think that
Was it
you'd
a
have
guy
to-
rubbing it?
No, it was a chick.
Okay.
So, but they must assume that these Westerners.
They all want it.
Yeah,
No,
all
it's
the
just-
guys ask for it, so don't leave the women out.
Yeah. It's just the
Just-
people that.
Yeah,
You know?
yeah, maybe.
Anyway.
But by the same token, you could say that all Thai girls like budgies in their snatch.
I mean,
Oh yeah, okay.
yeah.
Yeah, if you've been to Thailand, people would understand.
If you've
that.
been to the one
If you
street,
haven't, you'd sound like what the fuck is he talking
if you
about?
only go to Thailand and go into that one street, you must
You
think
will see. Yeah, you
that
must
every
think everybody
everyone.
must, yeah.
Wow,
Yeah,
this is a different culture.
yeah.
Sure is.
This has been a bit of a different podcast. Like we've covered some territory.
We sure have. But back onto your time away for the hot
yes,
spas.
yes. Right.
Did you do the full?
I did yeah.
We did like 2 hours. We went in each drink.
Yeah.
Did you do the same thing, or did you skim over it this time?
No, you don't say skim. Skim
yeah,
is
no,
like
skimming
sounds
it,
like you need to skim the
take
water to get all the burn,
Yeah.
the band-aids and stuff.
Scungy bits.
I started to get this time around. We started
Spa
right.
scunge.
We started
Buzzgunge.
we started right up the top, but that was full of punters,
Yeah.
and so you work your way down to the bottom. But
Gradually avoiding everyone. Kind of.
try to avoid everyone.
What's the story? You got to get into each bunker dunk on the way down.
Sort of.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah, you dip in the drink.
Okay.
Have
And
a
it-
hot
it's-
sit.
And
Move
I'm
on to
telling
the
you,
next one.
they're all over the cleanliness. Like they're coming to test the water every like 10 minutes. They're making sure it's the right temperature, and they're doing their bit. But this time we went into more of the saunas. There's like 3 or 4 saunas there. There's a Turkish bathhouse.
Well, yeah,
Jesus, that's
where
really
you-
hard to-
where you
hard to
get-
say.
Fuck beaten out of you.
Well, there is the stone, the marble tablet
Yeah.
in the middle, but
that's
no
all
one
about
was
that's
there.
all about man on man action.
It sure is.
Yeah.
And why wouldn't you? But that was the place that sort of scunged me out the most. After I left and we're driving home,
Felt
and
violated.
I kind of felt like, okay, so I've been in all those saunas where everyone, especially the marble one, and people have been in here for like days upon days, sweating, sitting on the marble, coming in, coming out, sweat. Felt pretty gross.
Okay.
And my thong's bloody broke.
Oh, I
So
hate it when that happens.
I'm walking around barefoot,
Mm.
which is even worse. But luckily I've got amazing feet.
And a new pair
Do
of
you though?
thongs, I hope.
Yeah. I mean, check them out.
Oh, that's fucking disgusting.
You've had a pedicure or something, haven't
Why have you got 8 toes?
No, that's just how it is, Dan.
Oh, sorry. From this angle, I could see your hand and your foot. Well, we're getting close to the end of the episode, but I've got I've got a classic. It's the news. So north,
East,
West.
South.
It's the news.
Or is it?
or is it?
Yes.
Or was it? Yes. This is from this year. Actually,
Plus actor.
Plus actor. A 20-year-old man in Lucknow, India, was almost buried alive this week after the private hospital he was admitted to wrongfully pronounced him dead.
Oh, no.
Bugger.
Mohammed was involved in an accident on the 21st of June and was taken to a hospital for treatment. He was in a critical condition after his family exhausted their savings paying for his medical bills. It's very expensive out there.
Yeah, it's rough
There's no
gig.
rub.
I don't have health insurance. It's too much.
No, I
Dan,
don't
you
know.
had it. You said it's a crock of shit.
Yeah, crock of shit. We dumped it. We wanted it for having a baby so that we could get
And
the,
you got that.
the
You got two
private
of them.
treatment. Yeah, and
Yeah.
then we dumped it.
Very good.
The doctor declared him dead. Mohammed's devastated relatives immediately started making preparations for his funeral. Straight away, they were onto it. They couldn't wait.
Yeah,
Could not wait.
Wow.
No, I think somewhere around that region there's an urgency
24
as
hour,
part of
yeah.
part of the culture. You want to get that.
See, overseas, Tim, in some places they do things differently than we do.
Well, they must have done it really hastily because they brought home the body in an ambulance, and his older brother was shocked to see that it's still moving his limbs. He's sort of like, I'm not fucking dead. I'm just like,
Yes, you
I
are,
don't-
sir. Yes, you
Yeah,
are, sir.
I
I was just resting my eyes.
Just resting my body. He notified the other members of the family, and after making sure that he wasn't seeing things, I guess by beating him, he's a zombie. They took him to another hospital where the doctors confirmed, yep, he's still alive. Don't you think
Yeah.
that
Second
once-
opinion on death is...
there's okay. So we're going from we get him home, right?
Yeah.
He starts moving around. He's dead. We know he's dead. Then we go, maybe he's not dead
yeah.
because he's moving around and blinking and talking to us.
Well, first thing you do...
Let's go to a doctor. So there's a car trip in between the dead, not dead, not
Yeah.
dead section, where they're in the car with him, going. So are you dead?
So where are
or
we
not?"
going?
Oh, I'm going to the doctors because we need a second opinion on this one.
We're going to make sure you're dead. I'm
we're
not.
we're not doctors. We don't know if you're dead or not.
I don't think that last doctor was a doctor either.
I don't
Yeah.
think he was either.
No.
The first step is a bit of a pin prick. See if he jumps.
Yeah.
Then the mirror under the nose.
Smelling salts.
Oh yeah, test the
Test the
breath.
breath,
See if
test
it
the breath.
fogs up.
I don't know. Maybe check his pulse.
Check his pulse. That's
Yeah,
a good one.
Check the pulse.
Yep.
Um,
Use your
is the
stethoscope.
patient's limbs moving? Yes. that's
Ask
an
him if he
indication.
is dead.
Yeah, no, I'm not dead. Yeah, sure. You never even asked me. So there you go. There you have it.
Is this
So-
the actual start of the podcast proper?
did we just start?
this
Yeah.
news story?
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I mean, jumping the turnstile. It's episode 201 is going to be jam packed full of
Well, I think we're going to do. I think
More
moving on to that,
segmenty.
bit of a Pfeffernuss. I'm sure there's a Pfeffernuss in there somewhere on my soundboard, but we're also going to do a couple of episode 200s because if you noticed on our ranks,
that feed
our
numbers.
feed
yeah.
numbers, it goes from 199. Oh, sorry, from 99
99.
to 101.
But it also
We
starts
skipped episode 100
if you go
with that
right,
explanation.
if you also go right to the start, episode 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah, but that's right. We recorded those, and then we decided we'll make those the first 4 episodes the best of.
Because
we don't want to confuse people. Actually, we didn't want to confuse them, thinking they were just listening to an exclusively Lego podcast.
the first 4 episodes, we didn't really have a grasp of what a podcast was.
Right.
Unlike now, today, with this perfect podcast we're doing right now.
Yeah,
So we crammed those first 4 into one episode. So what we're going to do, I think you're getting to, Tim, sorry to cut you off,
sure.
is do episode 200, 200.1,
200.2 until we catch up to actually 200. Because we
Uh-huh.
don't want to. Because this whole time we've been kind of lying to yous all.
We're like 3 episodes behind what we actually are.
Yeah, in a roundabout way. So
I don't think it's lying. If an episode lays on the cutting room floor, it's still an episode.
It is, and we have many of those episodes. There was one the other day that, there was even the one when you guys went away and sent me some stuff, and it was all completely unusable.
Incomprehensible.
It's unfortunate. We did get some nice photos, though.
Did ya? Didn't see them.
Okay,
I think the
So
trick
we'll
with
go nice.
podcasting is don't get shit-faced.
We have learned that, yeah. Drink middies. That won't get you there, but it'll make you feel like you're getting there.
And also in the Pfeffernuss, we have put the call out to some of our previous hosts and some new hosts. We're going to be hitting you hard this year.
Well, we didn't want to leave everybody out for the 200th episode. The logistics of getting everybody in the same room at once would not make for a good podcast.
So 100 episodes later, how do we feel about going live?
Oh, how do we feel about that? Pretty good.
Because we can
always
always
at all.
get it in post.
I mean, like similar to what we did with episode 100, which was going to be live.
Yeah.
We just didn't do it.
Yeah, but we're
We didn't even number it.
we're 100 episodes
Just completely ignored it.
more seasoned now.
Yeah, I think
you can tell from this episode how seasoned we are.
I think eventually.
Well, I'm detecting rustiness, if truth be told.
Oh, really? Okay.
Am I?
No, just because by the time you hear this, it'll be edited. It'll sound great.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
The magic.
Look, we're not worried
television.
about that. All we got to do is just blow off the dust.
Yeah.
You've been away.
We've been working
busy.
like
We've started
dogs.
a new job.
Yeah.
It's the end of the year. You
It's
know,
got a crook neck.
but there's some good things coming up in the near future.
Yeah.
I'm
Some new
excited.
voices.
Yes.
New name.
New ideas.
New posters. Maybe even t-shirts.
Yeah, and we're gonna put the call out when we do the relaunch. Let's call it. We're gonna be
Advertising.
yeah. Well, I might have to
actually
get.
tell people?
I might have to get back on social media so I can promote it.
Yeah.
I
But-
wonder if that's a thing anymore.
A Facebook post does not make advertising.
No.
No,
No.
unfortunately. So what the fuck do we do? Well, we can talk about this off air.
Yeah, let's not have a meeting right now.
That's fine. Well, there's the music coming up.
Yes, thank you for listening again. We do appreciate your listenership.
Yes, we do.
And also with you, I'm Jezbot.
I'm Timmy
And
Taco.
I'm Danoz.
I'll see you on the other side.
Jumping the turnstile.
Yeah.
Thank you for pressing the self-destruct button. The ship will self-destruct in exactly 2 minutes and 45 seconds.
Who are you? One pod left. And 3 of us.
The escape pod. The escape pod.
What if there are droids in the escape pod? The sensors wouldn't pick them up.
Escape puzzles, it's really nice.
Well, boys, it's a very lovely ship. I think you should go down. Goodbye.